a long one and it's fun. Kakum National Park, Ghana. Cape Coast to be precise.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Hello everyone, I am coming to you guys live from Accra in Ghana, and I am going to be starting a new writing vlog. I just thought I would come in here and give you guys a little bit of an intro to this vlog because I'm excited to share with you guys some of the things that I experienced in Ghana. Some of you might know I was born and raised in Cameroon, which is a country in West Central Africa. Ghana is also in West Africa. It's quite close to my home country, Cameroon. I'm here because my friend is getting married. She's doing her traditional Ghanaian wedding tomorrow, and I've been here since the weekend. I think today's the 4th day that we've been here. I've taken annual leave from work, so I'm just here to de-stress and to enjoy the tropical atmosphere. And this place reminds me so much of home, my home country, Cameroon, and I just thought I would take you guys along the journey, some of the things that we experience here in Ghana, and because this might be a once in a lifetime experience, but I'm hoping to come here again someday because it's such a beautiful country. You guys might have seen some of our view, the view from our balcony here in the Airbnb where we're staying in. I am still going to be working on my novel during the holiday season because I don't consider writing as work because I actually enjoy doing it. It doesn't stress me out. Writing is actually a way of release for me, so I don't mind actually working whilst I'm on holiday here in Ghana. Yesterday I really wanted to try to make sure that I do the timeline. Like, I set up the timeline for the book. I know I mentioned to you guys before that before I start draft 2 for my novels, I always make sure that I have worked out what the timeline of the book is, because I don't like writing chapters and I'm wondering what month are we in, like how do I describe the weather, what are they going to be wearing, things like that. I need to have like a timeline for the whole book. So I finally sorted that out yesterday. I was up until like 1 a.m. I was up until like 1 a.m. at night, like trying to sort out that timeline, and I finally did, which means that I can finally go into the draft and start working on those big picture changes. So all the notes that I made in my previous vlog, I'm going to start implementing those changes now and marking those changes as like done, and that would be draft 2. So I'm not going to be reading the whole thing. I would just be skipping to those notes and fixing the issues and going, because today is the 7th. It's already 1 week, so I've got 3 weeks left in September to actually write do draft 2. So I will start that now, but before I do so, I will just show you guys what my timeline looks like, just a little snippet. Obviously I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing because it contains some spoilers for the book, but I'll show you guys just what I do in terms of timeline because I work on Notion. It's currently 8:20 a.m. now in Accra. Once I show you guys the timeline, I will start doing some revisions. I'll actually start on chapter 2. So let me show you guys what my timeline looks like. So this is what my timeline looks like on Notion. As you can see, I did do one for The One Who Loves Me, which is the previous novel, the second book in the series. This is the one for the third book. The book will run from March till January. So the book takes place 3 months after, it starts 3 months after the end of The One Who Loves Me. And so I need to start figuring out like what will happen week by week, because it's quite time sensitive in terms of the events that happen in the book. So I need to know like what exactly happens in the plot points and which chapters fall under which week, so that when I reference like time, so if I say this happened 2 weeks ago, or this happened a week ago, or this happened a month ago, I would be able to know where exactly in that timeline it happened. So it runs from March up until January. And so yeah, I thought, you know, this is all nice and solid. I filled in all the, you know, weeks, and if nothing is happening for a particular week, I'll just put N/A, which means not applicable, and I won't bother to, you know, do anything for that week. So now that I've got this sorted, I can finally start my revisions. Yay! So I'm just going to take you guys back and show you some clips that I took, or that me or my friends took when we were doing some hiking. We went to Cancun National Park and we did a bit of hiking. That's me trying to get on the walkway. I was too scared to go on the long one, which consisted of like 7 bridges, so I only went on the short one, which consisted of 3 bridges. But it doesn't matter because I conquered the walkway and I was happy and glad in the end. But this is my favorite part of the whole trip that day. We went to Cape Coast Castle. It's one of the 3 like castles in Ghana, I think. People correct me if I'm wrong, but they were next to the sea. That's the Atlantic Ocean. This is my friends, and this is the castle. I don't know if I've told you guys before, but I had an idea to write a royal romance that's set in a fictional African country, and this, like, being in this castle gave me so many ideas. This was like so glorious, like me just standing there taking all those photos and videos of the castle and the different parts of the castle. Like, I was just so inspired. The history, like the history that this castle had to play with, the history of Ghana, like slavery, transatlantic slave trade, all of that. I was getting just so many ideas for this book. Now, we had a tour of the castle, well, some of the castle, not all of it. This is the actual dungeon that the male slaves were in. They actually turned off the light to actually, make us feel, how things were. Like, put 250 men in one dungeon, no food, no water. It was horrible conditions. And you could really see, like, the walls, like, so bad, the conditions. The floor is, like, made up of, like, debris of, like, the men and like, the food that they ate, the feces, all of that. So it was just, like, it's so sad, but, like, so much history and, like, yeah, I was just having so many ideas for a story. And this is the courtyard when we're having the tour, and I was just looking at, like, the windows and, like, just imagining, like, people staying here, like, people living here. I've never been to any castles before. This is my very first castle, so this was all just so majestic. It was a glorious experience. I just cannot, my writer brain can't explain to you just how inspired I was just on this tour. Then we saw one of, like, the tunnels that the slaves used to go through, that they'll force the slaves through, and they'll go through the door of no return, which is that door right down there. Once you go through the door of no return, this is the view. I really like what this view looked like, but it was so sad that in those days, once you go through the door of no return, you get on the ship and you're shipped abroad. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I really, really loved this tour. I'm gonna leave a link below to sort of like the full video that explains the history behind this castle. Anyway, after that, we went to Becky K restaurant and we had some really, really, really good food. It was amazing, and that's how we ended our day.
My sister's position. Never. She said we should come and sleep.
So a few days after the wedding, we went to the Honeysuckle restaurant in East Legon. This was in a really like posh area. The food was very expensive, but it wasn't actually nice. I'm sorry, I didn't like the food. It was a huge disappointment. But anyway, we moved. Then the next day we went to Mokola Market, and I really liked my experience here. It reminded me so much of Cameroon, my home country. So yeah.
Nah, ma'am, fish, you know, yain. Ma'am, 7 cities, you know. Oh no, yeah, kita. Pocho, ma'am, tell no yain, tell no yain. Ma'am, tell no. Yeah. Ma'am, beef bako. I said, no, me did be wahade. Shut up.
So these were some of the items that I had a look at. I was trying to buy gifts for people, and so we went around the market. I bought some necklaces for my brothers. This is one of the necklaces I bought for my brothers, and then they also wanted some black ones. These black ones, the ones on the left, they wanted those as well. I really like these ones which had the African map, but I didn't get them for myself. So yeah, these are the ones my brothers wanted, so I bought these for them as well as the other leather ones. Then the next day also, I think we went to this other restaurant, the Booker restaurant. The food here was amazing. I love the vibes of the restaurant, the lighting, just the atmosphere was really nice. The server was really nice to us. And yeah, this is the food that we had. It was very nice, very flavorful, very spicy. All the things I like. It was amazing. I'll never forget this food. Hello everyone, it's the 18th of September, it's Sunday, and it's my first update since I came back to the UK from Ghana. My stay there was amazing. I felt well rested. Even when I went back to work earlier this week, I really felt refreshed, so I really needed that break. Anyway, as you know, it's over halfway into the month of September. I really should be over halfway into revising, but I'm not. I'm currently on chapter 6 out of 39 chapters. So this means that either I step up my game and work twice or 3 times as hard before the end of the month, or I just resign to the fact that I will not be finishing draft 2 by the end of September. I think it's looking more to be the later rather than the former. I don't want to put pressure on myself. Obviously, I want to try my best. I'm not going to put pressure on myself because I don't want to start panicking or letting this give me anxiety or stress. Writing for me is a way that I am able to relieve stress. It's a way where I can be able to connect with God, connect with my maker, and I learned so much from the whole process. I don't want to add extra pressure on it to then make me be stressed about it, because being creative like this is, like I said, a sense of release, so I don't want it to become a source of anxiety. So we are on chapter 6. The good news is, even though I'm not on track, the good news is that I am loving the shape that the story is turning into. I think the first 3 chapters are a lot stronger now. Oh, well, the first chapter at least, is a lot stronger now. I think chapter 3, which is the first chapter that introduces Emmanuel, is a lot stronger. So his voice is a lot stronger in that chapter. And yeah, I'm just really liking like all the questions I'm answering, all the notes that I made from before. I'm answering those questions and inserting like new paragraphs, like explaining things, describing emotions properly, just to get the character, like strengthening the character motivations, strengthening the plot. And I just feel like it reads a lot better. One of the reasons I've been writing so slowly is because I've actually been doing a bit of line editing. I just can't help it. I just can't. But I think that if I want to make any head start, I just need to fight that urge and just skip to all those notes, answer the questions, and then move on. But anyway, whatever it is, I'm glad I've made progress. Progress is progress, and I'm happy with the progress I've made. Even though it's just chapter 6, I'm happy with where the story is at. So I'll update you when I've made some more progress. So yeah. Hi guys, today is the 20th of September. Yesterday, as you guys could see from the short clip I posted, we buried Queen Elizabeth II, and we had her funeral yesterday. It was a bank holiday for the whole country, so I didn't go to work. I was able to spend some time focusing on revisions, so I was able to get up to chapter 9. So I've finished revising the first 9 chapters. I'm gonna leave for work in a minute. When I get back from work tonight, I'm gonna try and start working on chapter 10. So yeah, we'll see how today goes. Hi guys, so I'm working on chapter 10 today, and I just wanted to show you guys this book, which I'm using to help me describe like emotions. It's called the Emotion Thesaurus. Some of you who are on AuthorTube or on YouTube or in the Bookstagram community, author community, you probably would have heard about this book. It helps me describe emotions. So there's loads of different emotions, and rather than saying she was angry or she was sad or he was mad, things like that, it basically like lists all the different emotions and tells you how you can describe the physical parts of this emotion and the internal sensations and things like that. So I want to describe anger in my character in chapter 10. I'm just going to look for anger and click on it. And so you can see it tells you, the physical signals and behaviors of someone who is angry, like flaring your nostrils, noisy breathing, sweating, sweeping arm gestures, jerky head movements, things like that. Then it tells you the internal sensations, which is what I'm looking for in this scene: pounding heartbeat, pulse speeding, body tensing, heat flushing through the body, things like that. And then mental responses like irritability, all of that, acute or long-term responses, signs that this emotion is being suppressed, stuff like that. I think this book is quite good. I really like it, and it's really helped me a lot, especially with doing draft 2 of my novel. So yeah, I just want to update you guys and let you know that you should get it if you haven't gotten it already. Hi guys, I just finished working on chapter 11, and a friend of mine has been really helpful with some pins and inspiration pictures for Emmanuel and Heather. So Iano, if you're watching this, I really appreciate it. She sent me some photos of pins that she found on Pinterest, which might help with the characters, just to give me inspiration. Emmanuel, who is the male main character in this book, loves plants. He has plants in his office, he has plants in his home, and he has a plant sanctuary in his house, which is a shelf that looks like this with lots of plants in it. So I found this photo, which just is a perfect picture, and I've been trying to describe it in the scene that I've been writing. Also, Heather has a cat called Phoebe. She is a ginger cat and looks something like this. She's so cute. There's also a scene in the book where Phoebe pops her head from behind a laptop when Heather is on the laptop, and it's been so cute, like just trying to describe that. So yeah, it's been really nice, just looking at all these pins and getting inspired, and yeah, that's what I've been doing. Hello everyone, it is Thursday the 29th of September. I am coming here to wrap up this vlog. even though it's not the end of September. I need to wrap it up because I want to save this video and add it to the vlog and upload it and get it ready to include the link in my newsletter, which will be going out tomorrow because this vlog is to go up tomorrow. So obviously I have not finished revising my book. I haven't finished draft 2, but I think I already made that clear earlier in the vlog that I wasn't going to finish draft 2. But we have gotten up to chapter 18. I think that's the next chapter that I'm going to start working on. I really love how the story is shaping up. It's shaping up into like this beautiful love story. I'm believing in the romance more as I continue to work on like different drafts of the book. It's reading a lot better because, like I mentioned earlier, I've been doing some line editing as well as working on the notes. I'm just taking my time, and whenever I finish, I finish. My new deadline is now October 12th or October 13th. Yeah, that's my deadline to finish this draft, and then I can do like line edits and copy edits on Pro Writing Aid. So I am very excited. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm definitely going to go back and watch all like the clips from Ghana. I'm just so excited and I'm so grateful for this month. September was just such a restful month for me. So many things like work-wise, me just taking that break from the UK, from work, and going to Ghana and just spending time with God and, you know, worshiping, praising, just, you know, having that me time with my friends, time with my family. I think that was just also glorious, and it really did so much for me and my mental health, and I'm just feeling so grateful for everything. So I'm gonna end this vlog on a very joyous note. I'm so happy, I'm so joyful, and I give God all the glory. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and God bless you. Mwah. Bye.